It's the Cox 3 Sports Game of the Week. Seaview League basketball action. Capo Valley and San Juan Hills from San Juan Hills High School in San Juan Capistrano, California. As we take a look at the Seaview League standings entering tonight, right now the Trabuco Hills Mustangs are in charge of their own destiny at 4-0. But right on their heels are Tesoro at 3-1. San Juan in the middle of the pack, followed by Laguna Hills and Capo Valley seeking their first league victory. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Along with the coach Bill Kearney, I'm Mark Heller. Great crowd here tonight. You know, it's been a stressful week for the kids here because it was finals week here in the Capo district. So the kids coming out to watch some basketball, coach, and they get to cut it loose for a couple of hours.
Anything looks good after finals week. I tell you what, we've got a great rivalry game. Tom Ressler, long time at Capistrano Valley. Kelly Hambrick, an assistant to Brian Mulligan. And Brian Mulligan is in last place, but I'll tell you what, that's an aberration. This guy's won over 400 high school basketball
Matter
games.
of fact, I asked him the exact number. He said 403 games he has won. Now, strange for Capo Valley. They're on a 5-game losing streak. But the bottom line is this. The Cougars have shown they can compete with anyone, Coach. 7 of their losses have been by 5 points or less.
And I think what you look for as a coach is a way to finish, because he's been in all those games. You just got to figure out a way to have something at the end to get over the hump.
Meanwhile, for San Juan Hills, the Stallions, they have a senior-laden squad under Kelly Hambrick, and this team has been competitive in every single game. They're coming off a tough 5-point loss to Trabuco Hills. They win that one, and they're only a game out of first place.
Well, the middle of the pack and up. Going to be bumping into each other next week, and we're going to have somebody fall out of that and somebody make a big step toward this league championship. Capo right now in the role of spoiler.
And it is senior night here at San Juan Hills, so the seniors will be honored tonight. Let's talk about the players to watch for this basketball game. First, for the visitors from Capistrano Valley, they are led by Keath Canning, the 6'3", 175-pound senior. He can fill it up. He's averaging 12 points per game. He has scored as many as 24 against Savannah, and he's hit double digits 17 times.
And Canning's the kind of guy that can get you the clutch basket, and I think tonight that's what Brian Mulligan's looking for, is somebody like Canning who can ignite the team in the fourth quarter.
And meanwhile, for the Stallions of San Juan Hills, they are led by their 6'8" senior Vincent McFadden. 12.5 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, a real good free throw shooter. Next year, this young man who has scored as many as 23 points is going to West Point.
Well, a great student athlete. And I'll tell you what, when you go to a place like the United States Military Academy, they tell you it's $1 million education and they shove it down your throat nickel by nickel.
That they do. Well, an important game here in the Seaview League as both teams are in big-time need of a victory. When Coach and I return, it's the introductions of tonight's starting lineups. It's Capo, it's San Juan Hills, it's Seaview League basketball action, and the introduction of tonight's starting lineups are coming up next. Stay with us. It's the Cox 3 Sports Game of the Week. Seaview League basketball action between Capo Valley and San Juan Hills from San Juan Hills High School in San Juan Capistrano, California. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visitors from the north, the Cougars of Capo Valley. They are led by Brian Mulligan, 403 career victories. His ball club, Andrew Thompson, Dawson Baker, the last of the Baker boys, Keath Canning, Wolfgang Schultz, as he likes to be called now, and Matt Cherigino. There is Brian. The one thing I love about Coach Mulligan, he is so candid when you ask him questions. He definitely does not sugarcoat anything.
Well, that's a family trait. His dad was one of my mentors. You see a handshake between two great friends and competitors, but if you ask Brian a question, you're going to get an answer.
Well, let's take a look at the San Juan Hills Stallions, led by Kelly Hambrick, the only coach they've ever had. Daniel Haynes, Anthony Truijo, Connor Peterson, along with Kyle Luna and Vincent McFadden. making up the starting five. There's Kelly Hambrick. He's been the only basketball coach in Stallions history. A little footnote, for a year, he was an assistant coach to Brian Mulligan over at Capo Valley.
Well, Kelly's done a great job here. I know Tom Ressler's principal just loves him, and I think when you look at the student body here, they really take part. You know what I'd do at the end of finals week is go on vacation. They chose to come here and watch a basketball game.
Well, and normally we should mention the student crowd is usually on our side, but because we're broadcasting here, they're on the opposite side tonight, so we could get the camera shots of the students in action. As you see the students having some fun there. They're actually in two separate parts of the stands. There'll be one section, the colorful part you'll see. It says ESPN The Ocho, a.k.a. Dodgeball fame. Your referees are Mike Munson and Nick Maddox. They will be calling all the calls here of this Seaview League game here tonight. When these teams met a couple of weeks back, San Juan Hills pulled off the victory on the road, winning 61-51. You know that Capo Valley would love nothing but retribution here tonight.
Well, one thing you know for a fact, the coaches know each other well, but the players probably know each other better than the coaches do. These are guys that have grown up playing in the same leagues.
There's your ESPN 8 The Ocho. and look at some of these guys. I love the kid wearing the headset, and he's got the bow tie.
That looks like Sports Center.
Well, it actually looks like he's doing his best at Jim Lampley imitation, like a boxing match is about to break out. We take a look at McFadden, San Juan Hills. They will be in their gold, white, and blue. Capo in their black, white, and yellow. This basketball game is underway. The Stallions with the basketball. Capo opens up in the straight man defense.
That's Brian's trademark.
Luna, no good, but he'll be at the line to shoot a pair. And when I did speak with Kelly Hambrick earlier, he told me the key is Kyle Luna. The first time these teams met, he made 10 of 10 free throws down the stretch, and if he has a good game, they have a good chance to win.
Boy, the first thing you notice about Kelly Hambrick's offense is ball movement. They know they're playing against man-to-man. They can move the ball around. They can go weak side, strong side. That's a very active offense.
Luna averages 8.2 points per game. He's a 67% free throw shooter, makes 1 of 2. And the rebound by Cougars, and let's see what Capo does on their first offensive possession. Little backdoor action. McFadden, however, with the block. And here come the Stallions in transition, led by Luna. Off to Peterson. McFadden, right side. Thought about it for a second was Luna. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Good jump by Peterson to catch that ball. 3 ball on the way. It's going to be off the mark by Trujillo. And the rebound cleared. Here come the Cougars in transition, looking for their first points. Hambrick's team is in man-to-man, which is what you'll see for the most part from this ball game. To the basket. Is it saved? Yes, it is. Down to 17 on the shot clock. Jumper on the way. Bullseye! Canning! They call it a 3 ball. I thought his foot was on the line, but they'll take it and the early 3-1 lead.
And that's the guy that's going to have to lead this Cougar offense. Great shooter from the outside.
Peterson off to Trujillo. Left side 3-point circle. Skip pass off to Luna. He gets fouled. First personal foul, first team foul. It'll go against Andrew Thompson, the 6'3 senior.
You know, what looks like a mismatch, Matt Cheragino against Vincent McFadden, 6'1 against 6'8. But boy, I love the way Cheragino plays defense. Brian told me, he said, you're going to enjoy watching this guy's effort.
He said he's just been playing so well in practice, I had to put him in the starting lineup tonight. Love those kids who give the all-out effort. Good double team and the steal, and here comes Dawson Baker. We mentioned the youngest of the Baker boys. Jumper on the way from the outside, bullseye! Matt Cheragino over his per-game average, a pair of threes, and the Cougars lead 6-1.
So he does more than play defense.
Yep, jumper by McFadden, no good, 1 and done. So far, no Windex off the offensive glass. To the basket, shot no good by Thompson, little out of control. Here comes McFadden. Good pressure defense and the steal. The Cougars really want it. Baker to the hole. He'll be at the line to shoot a pair. Well, his brother Dusty played at Tesoro, and if you remember Davis, he was a pretty good player himself.
Well, this one's following in those footsteps. I love the speed on their break. But doesn't it hold true to form that Vincent McFadden, who will be going to the military academy, is great on defense?
I like that. The first of two is made by Baker. He gets his first point of the evening of Dawson Baker. 6-foot freshman. Excuse me, Canning at the line, I apologize. Makes the first, makes the second. He's got 5 points, so Keath Canning, who we highlighted, is off to a fast start.
Well, this is what Brian wants to capitalize. A great first quarter and then build on that.
Now a half-court trap. McFadden faking it as Trujillo. Takes it to the basket. Layup no good. And right now the Stallions cannot buy a bucket. And then a frustration foul by Kyle Luna.
It was, and what you're seeing now is no second chance points by San Juan Hills. Capistrano Valley doing a great job on the boards. And I will tell you again, Mike Munson and Nick Maddox, two of the very, very best officials you're going to find.
Second personal, by the way, on Kyle Luna. And here comes Wolfgang Schultz with the basketball. Nice dish to Canning. Stops, pops, in and out, will not drop. McFadden clears. Stallions looking for their first field goal, trailing 8-1 with 5 minutes to go here in the first.
Looking for the entry pass.
Great defense. Who wants it? First and 10. Off possession, it's going to go to the Cougars. Right now, Capo cannot do any wrong.
You know, Brian, a long time ago, used to teach something called T-shirt defense. Get right up next to people and play bodied-up defense. They're doing a great job of it right now.
Iman Talley into the game, number 0. Don't let the 5'9", 215 size fool you. This kid does all the little things. And a lot of times he starts. Tonight, he's the first player off the bench. He can guard the other bigs because of his wide body.
Mike Munson, the referee, was telling him to tuck his shirt in. He said, that's as far as it goes.
He's like, hey, man, I'm a football player, man. I don't have to do that. What are you talking about? Schultz off to Cherigino. Right side, Canning, who's off to that hot start. Schultz, three-pointer, bullseye. How much is basketball all about confidence? Kelly Hambrick calls timeout. The Cougars are raining threes in San Juan Capistrano with 4:27 to go. They're up 11-1.
A couple of things jump out at me. Number one, we said no second chance points. Capistrano Valley doing a great job on the boards. And I will tell you that both of these coaches will only play zone if you drag them kicking and screaming. They love to coach man-to-man.
Hey, you don't want to miss our exclusive Cox3.com online post-game show. Every week we'll recap each game with analysis and exciting game highlights. The post-game show will be available to view online Saturday, and you don't want to miss it. Just go to Cox3.com and click on Game of the Week. DVDs of this game also available to purchase. Go to the Cox3.com website for details. Well, a 3 by Schultz, a 3 by Cherigino, a 3 by Canning, and a pair of free throws. It's 11-1. What do you think Hambrick told his team during the timeout?
Stay calm. That's the way Kelly coaches, and I think when you look at the shots have to start dropping because the Cougars are getting every rebound.
Trujillo misses the 3 ball, and here come the Cougars. Right now they can kind of take their time in their half-court set with the early 10-point cushion. Foul.
Anthony Trujillo picking up man-to-man very close to the mid-court line.
Yep. And the foul call. I'm just wondering who's going to get going first. Is it going to be Haynes or McFadden? 3-pointers. Right now, Capo, a sizzling 75% 3 of 4.
That'll win most of the time.
San Juan 0 of 3. And the Cougars have not shot threes particularly well this year. So that's a big boost for the offense early on. Jumper on the way. It's going to be long by Dawson Baker. Talley with the rebound, and the home court crowd loves Iman. You can tell he's one of the court favorites. Jumper on the way, in and out. Who wants it? San Juan has it, and Connor Peterson. That's their first offensive rebound of the night, Coach.
Just going to make that point. Great job by Peterson to get the ball, get the second chance.
Haynes down low to McFadden. Layup no good, rebound good, and it takes almost 5 minutes for the Stallions to get their first field goal.
Nice effort by Dawson Baker. He got a hand on that shot, almost misdirected it.
Back door, kick it up top. Canning, good ball movement. Thompson jumper off the mark. Rebound by McFadden. They needed that stop, Coach.
As you mentioned, too, both teams not quite deep enough to maybe be full court pressure defenses.
McFadden jumper, bullseye! That's a three-pointer. He has scored 5 straight. We have an 11-6 game with 2:40 to go in the first.
That's a foul on number 35, Vincent McFadden, kind of overplaying that pass.
Yeah, and no reason to foul that far out from the basket.
John Marinuzzi coming in for Capistrano Valley, and number 5, Blake Markovich, coming in for San Juan Hills.
Okay, so both teams going to the bench a little bit. And so this is an interesting setup. Talley, who's just 5'9", is going to be guarding John Marinuzzi, who's 6'5". And Talley's having fun talking to him. You can tell Talley's a talker. He's not shy at all. He kind of gave us a look with a thumbs up when he saw we were doing the game of the week here tonight. Pryor. Jumper on the way from the outside. No good by Schultz. Ball knocked out of bounds. Nice. It looks like San Juan's starting to settle down.
Nice hustle by Mentality to get rebound position there. And the Cougars, who were picking up just above half court, are now going to get back and set their man-to-man defense.
Here comes Trujillo with the basketball. Let's see what San Juan can do.
Back
back door, but the Cougars were there to break it up, and they give the ball to Capo.
Nice backdoor, Petey Carrill, Princeton. I'm sure you saw that growing up.
Yeah, I did. But I'm really impressed with so far with Capo. Yes, with their shooting, but they are playing some great man defense. Foul call. That's already going to be team foul number 5, Coach, with 1:57 to go. So the Cougars can find themselves shooting a lot of free throws in the second quarter.
4-1, the San Juan Hills have turned the ball over in that ratio to Capo Valley. One thing that Brian and I were talking about for the game is you don't have a lot of control over height or talent, but you do have control over hustle and desire, and that's what defense is.
That is correct. Nice crossover. Canning, he's had the hot hand here in the first. Off to Baker. Baker, nice layup, and he's able to convert.
Great body control by the 6-foot, 150-pound freshman.
Yep, and he can play. One of the fabulous Baker boys. 13-6, Cougars up by a touchdown. Deep three by Haynes, bullseye! We've got a 4-point contest, so since the 11-1 opening, it's been an 8-2 run for San Juan Hills. Jumper off the mark there. Who wants to save it?
Great hustle by C.J. Williams on defense. But as you mentioned, just when Kelly Hambrick called that timeout, calmed the Stallions down, and they're back in here. Just a 4-point game right now with a minute left in the first quarter.
Yep, so Talley's going to check out of the contest. Blake Markovich in the game, number 5, a 6'1 junior. Not a big scorer, but he had one game against Fountain Valley this year where he scored 14, including 4 threes. So he's a streaky shooter. And the ball is picked off. Canning's layup is good. Canning may be playing his best quarter of the year. He's got 7. And the lead is 6. Markovich to Haynes. Bullseye! 2 in a row from the same location. He's feeling it, and we got a 3-point game.
How quickly that can change. You get a little from the arc. Haynes doing a great job dropping those threes.
Yep, each team has made 3 threes here in the opening quarter. They're going to hold for the last shot. Are the Capo Valley Cougars, who at one time led 11-1. Most of that lead has vanished. Schultz, Canning, skip pass, jumper, in and out. had a good look but wouldn't fall. At the end of one from San Juan Hills High, Capo Valley 15, San Juan Hills 12. You're watching the game of the week on Cox 3 Sports. This portion of the Cox 3 Game of the Week is brought to you by South County Lexus in Mission Viejo. Online at southcountylexus.com. Different, just like you. Taste Catering of Lake Forest. Let us take care of your big game with our game day menu crowd. Pleasing party food, wings, sliders, Super Bowls. Visit their website at tastecateringcafe.com or call them at 949-215-7373. Taste Catering, it's all about the taste. And by Santa Margarita Ford. At Santa Margarita Ford, they get it. Finally, a dealer that gets it. Well, through one, Coach, 15-12 your score. I think a bit high scoring than you and I imagined.
Well, the defense on both sides was really good at the start. I thought the pressure and the energy that Capo brought got him that quick lead, but you saw Himes and that three-pointer, and he got him back into this. Just a three-point game right now.
Yep, Peterson, he's a wing guy who can hit from the outside and also take it to the rack. We'll see if he gets going here in the second. Luna to McFadden. Deep jumper way off the mark. Talley goes Windex. Back to McFadden. To the hole. Kiss it off the glass. And, Coach, we got a one-point game.
Give that one to Eamon Talley for great position on that rebound.
Yep, he does those little things well. Averages 2 rebounds a game. Field goals, Capo 5 of 12, San Juan 4 of 10. And I know that's 40%.
I was wondering if you'd get that one on the test.
You know, I am a graduate of college. You know, Hofstra, class of 84. I mention that all the time.
Great
Shot down
defense.
low. It's blocked off the attempt by Maranuzzi. Good defense by the Stallions, who can take their second lead of the game since they were up 1-0. Peterson, offensive foul. Easy call to make as he was out of control. That's team foul number 6, Coach. So any future fouls, there's going to be free throws for the Cougars here in the first half.
Watch the position, good position in the charge. I'll tell you what, when Vincent McFadden puts some weight on, he is going to be a force because he's a good outside shooter, gets good rebound position, a great defender.
And you know he's going to fill out. You can't stay that skinny for that long forever. Shot from the outside, no good rebound. Canning 3. It's going to be off the mark. He misses 2 in a row. Loose ball, who wants it? Knocked out of bounds. It's going to go to the Stallions. So remember, they started the game up 1-0. Then Capo went on that amazing run. They were up 11-1. And then since then, Kelly Hambrick's squad has been pecking away at that lead, which has dwindled to 1.
That timeout that Kelly took was magic. Whatever he said, you got to bottle that for your next halftime
McFadden
speech.
jumper squared up but can't complete it. And the rebound is cleared by Jake Ortega. And here come the Cougars. Canning back to Ortega. Down low, good pass. Shot on the way is good by Maranuzzi. He gets his first field goal, and the Cougars up by 3, 17-14. Haynes, that's his spot, but that one's way off the mark. And we're going to have a foul called against the Cougars. And the reason for that was that Eamon Talley, at all of 5'9", 215, had great position off the offensive boards.
Tell you what, God gives you all kinds of different body shapes and sizes. It's what you do with it. And I'm so impressed with Eamon at 5'9", 215. He can go down and bang low with all the big guys.
Yeah, he can. Luna to the basket. Shot no good. Rebound is cleared by Capo. Maranuzzi going glass. Thompson with the basketball right now at the point. And San Juan going to the 3-2 zone. Hambrick said he might do that a little bit, and Kelly pulling the trick right here.
Second they do it, Capo overloads the court.
Yep, however, they missed the 3 ball, does Baker. Here comes McFadden, stripped of the basketball, and it's picked up by Thompson. Thompson, blocking foul, and he'll be at the line shooting a pair. And the San Juan faithful not thrilled with that call.
Opportunistic defense by the Cougars again. Get another turnover.
And that is the 3rd personal foul that just went against Kyle Luna. And that's a big call in this basketball game because he's their starting point guard. First foul shot is made by Thompson. That's his first point of the night. And now 6 Cougars have already scored.
Anthony Trujillo will come in, and number 24, Kyle Luna, will take a rest a little bit. The 5'8", 175-pound senior in early foul trouble, and they have to have him.
Thompson makes 1 of 2. His season high was 16 the first time these schools met. Trujillo with the basketball off to Talley.
Boy, I tell you,
Haynes.
look at the quick hands on defense.
Yep. Trujillo right now at the point with Luna out. Gives off to Haynes. Haynes, mid-range jumper, gonna fall just short off the floater. Thompson skies for the rebound. And here they come in transition of the Capo Valley Cougars. Jumper on the way. It's gonna be off the mark by Jeremy Taylor, who just came in the game. And the Cougars are not shy about putting up the 3 ball.
They're not, and Brian may want them to run a few more set plays down here in the half court.
McFadden's jumper in and out does not get that home court roll, and the rebound is cleared by Bardia for Ninajad. We have a timeout on the court with 4:47 to go. We'll keep it right here as Capo Valley leads it by the count of 18-14. Now, I want to remind you, Coach Bill Kearney and everybody out there, that this game will be available in the free zone on Cox 3 On Demand beginning Friday, February 13th. Just go to channel 2636. You can watch this game over and over again anytime you want. You decide when you're going to watch the game and try and figure out the next time I'll say bullseye.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's some people in the stands that can't wait for you to say bullseye.
Yeah, they got that
They got some props up there.
Yeah, they have that little placard, and it's got a picture of a bullseye. So the student section of San Juan Hills, I thank you for that. But a 4-point lead, you know, and the importance, I think, for the Capo Valley Cougars to try and pull off a win on the road. They want to stop that 5-game losing streak. Remember, out of the 48 teams in their division level, 32 make the playoffs. You do not want to have to wait for the committee to allow you to get in. You want to get in on your own merit.
I'm sure if you ask Brian what's the quickest way to stop the losing streak, he would tell you great defense.
And right now they've played pretty good defense here tonight. Baseball pass and the unforced turnover as Jeremy Taylor cannot hold on to that pass from John Marinuzzi.
We're going to recognize Kelly Hambrick's assistant Juan Hernandez, and on the Capistrano Valley bench, Brian Mallon. And the guy with the 23-foot layup, prettiest shot that I think I've ever seen, Randy Wilden.
Yep, the former anteater and the pride of Catella High.
I tell you, when I said 23-foot layups in the Saddleback Gym, there's a little X where he'd stop and just look like a layup to me. It just happened to be from 23 feet.
And it happened to have been, he can make it pretty consistently. Peterson to trigger in. 4:24 to go in the first half. The Cougars on the road up by 4 over the home Stallions. Looking for some home cooking here with the student crowd enjoying this one. Peterson kicks up top. Trujillo jumper. Bullseye 3. We got a 1-point game.
You know, the reason that worked from Trujillo in the corner was the ball movement. That man-to-man chasing the ball all over the place. That's just great ball movement by the Stallions offense.
Yep, it's going to be 1-on-1 time. So if Capo Valley can find a way to convert these free throws, they'll certainly be in the driver's seat. That's the second personal, by the way, against Connor Peterson. And stepping to the free throw line will be Bardia for Rajnajad, the 5'11 sophomore who averages 2.5 points per game, has scored as many as 9 in the game against Claremont. So substitution, Canning back in the game, and Dawson Baker will check out of the contest for the time being. And let's see if the Cougars can get their 7th player into the scoring column. And they do.
Shooters roll, wouldn't you say?
Shooters roll on the road. How about that?
We want to salute our longtime friend Patrick Levins, who's been doing the announcing in the Capo district, the PA stuff for football, basketball, you name it. One of the great educators I've ever been around.
And love those gentlemen who have that home golden voice. 2017, the lead is 3. Pressure broken. Peterson along the base gets double teamed. Cougars really moving their feet well on defense.
Boy, that is so evident. See how quickly they double team those passes.
Good ball movement. Peterson 3. Bullseye. We're tied. 20 all. Say goodbye to that 11-1 lead. Seems like a long time ago.
How fast does that arc change a game?
3 the other way. Bullseye for Capo. It's Matt Seragino. He has made a pair of threes. He has 6, and the Cougars back up by 3.
It's raining outside and it's raining inside.
It sure is. Here on a rainy Thursday night here in late January, just before the Super Bowl.
Good defense by Faraj Najad, and that is if you can make the point guard
Peterson
pick up the dribble.
crossover 3. Won't get the roll. Good box out, and foul should be called against Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
so
over the
more
back.
free throws coming up for the Cougars with 3:07 to go here in the second quarter.
You know what I see from both teams, and this is the way Kelly Hambrick coaches, the same way Brian Mulligan coaches. If you're playing that great man-to-man, when the shot goes up, there are 4 and 5 guys going to the boards.
Cheragino at the free throw line. Misses. We should mention his high for the year entering tonight, 2. He's got 6 tonight. What a huge lift for this Cougar team.
Didn't Brian say he earned it in practice?
He sure did, and he's showing it on the court. McFadden jumper is good. He has such a sweet turnaround, and he has a game-high 9, and we've got a 1-point contest.
Well, that will do him well in college to be able to handle the ball at 6'8", and you know he's going to put some weight on.
Yep, a little West Point action there. Looking for that pass down low, and a poor pass there by Cheragino, and he knew he made the poor passes. He was looking for the chef, Wolfgang Schultz.
Quickly replaced by number 15 back in the game, Dawson Baker.
Yeah, that's going to happen. There's Brian Mulligan, 403 career victories. What a basketball family. Of course, the legendary Coach Bill, his brother Sean, who coached at San Clemente for 7 years, and brother Billy, who never misses a Capo home game.
Never misses a game.
Haynes to the hole. He was smart. He heard that whistle, continued, put up the shot, and he's rewarded with 2 free throws.
What a lot of people don't realize, I know you know this story, Bill Mulligan was a terrific football coach at Long Beach Poly High School alongside the legendary Dave Levy. When I first met him, I was a sophomore at USC, and Bill came to be the assistant basketball coach to Forrest Toogood at USC. Then he went to Riverside City College. Then he came to Saddleback, where
The
he
Kevin
still
McGee
is
Show.
a legend.
I love it. Had a chance to,
What a
fortunate
family.
enough to interview Kevin the night his number got retired at UC Irvine in that game against New Mexico State. Hames makes 1 of 2. He has 7, and we've got ourselves a 23-23 game.
Tell you what, Hames can be a difference maker if he gets hot, because he's got such a great jump shot.
Yep. Loose ball. Foul call. Kelly Hambrick doesn't like it because that's team foul number 10. So are they calling it a turnover or foul? No, they're rewarding the Cougars with the basketball. So could have been a foul and could have been 2 free throws.
Good defense.
Yep.
Tell you what, when you deny those
Canning
passes
almost
around
had
the
that
basket,
foot on the line, Coach.
very close.
Close but no cigar. Schultz, right side. Up top to Thompson.
Stallion's doing a good job denying the entry pass.
Baker gets called for the bunny hop, took a little travel. So with 1:52 to go, the Stallions have an opportunity, Coach, to take the lead.
If you're Kelly Hambrick, where do you go with this ball right now? You've got Hames, you've got a hot hand from the outside, but I tell you what, Vincent McFadden has not been stopped yet. Doesn't matter if he's up on the top of the key or down low.
Yep, and you got Peterson who can shoot the ball too. Takes it to the rack, no good. Connor did a great job of creating his own opportunity, and because of that, he'll be rewarded at the line shooting a pair.
You see him do a little baby Jordan there, went up with the right hand, switched it to the left hand. Good body control.
Yep, the 6'4 junior, who, by the way, is an outstanding baseball player, plays shortstop for the Stallion baseball team. He makes the first of 2 with 1 more coming up. He has 4 points, has scored as many as 20 against Laguna Hills, hit double digits on 8 separate occasions. He's got 5, and the home Stallions now, Coach, up by 2. It's 25-23.
Connor Peterson, kind of a Troy Tulowitzki size shortstop. You don't see him that big many times.
Yep, that's true. Thompson loses the handle, and the Cougars now starting to get a little sloppy with the basketball here late in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, it'll be the Santa Margarita Ford halftime report. Coach and I will break down all the numbers and the highlights of this one. It's been a pretty good ball game. Let's see who can pull off the Seaview League victory. The steal. The finish, yes. Great job by Dawson Baker. I love offensive guys who make it happen with defense. Baker has 4, and we're not at a 25, Coach. 1 minute to go, first half.
Another turnover. Baker as a freshman, goodness gracious, playing way beyond his years, but with really sound defense, still makes that layup. Almost drew the foul also.
Yep. Coach Mulligan says he has the opportunity to possibly be the best Baker boy of them all.
That's saying a lot.
It sure is. Sorry, Dusty and Davis.
50 seconds left in this quarter.
Yep. 18 seconds on that shot clock. Haynes looking down low for Buddy McFadden. Turnaround, the block, and the foul. Ooh, I'm not so sure about that one, Coach.
I can
Thompson,
tell you,
I thought, might have had all ball.
I can tell you for a fact, Brian Mulligan still has a 35-inch vertical leap.
Let's take a look.
Might have got him on the arm on the follow.
He might have gotten a little bit of the hand there, but sometimes they say that a hand is the extension of the ball as McFadden misses the first of 2.
Tell you what, let's salute the effort. That's just a fabulous effort.
There's Vincent. You see those season numbers. As many as 23 in a game against Newport Harbor and double digits on 11 separate occasions. Makes the second of 2.
I think this score probably surprises both of us. I'm not sure it would have been 25-25 with just 40 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yep, well, he's got 10. It's a 1-point lead for San Juan Hills. Difference between shot and game clock is about 7 seconds. Let's see what the Cougars do right here, Coach.
Brian yelling out play 24, so if you're watching at home, diagram this in your spare time.
Well, it's a steal by Haynes. He knew it was coming. His layup scored. Haynes has 9. The lead is 3, 28-25. And those are the kind of little mistakes that have hurt the Cougars all year long.
Good defense, really good defense by number 5, Markovich.
Yep, Baker with Haynes all over. It gives to Schultz along the base. In and out, but Wolfgang will be at the line to shoot 2 with exactly 4 seconds to go here in the first half.
Boy, I tell you, you try to post up Vincent McFadden and his athletic ability, not just 6'8". I'm talking about being a terrific athlete. Moves his feet well and is always in good position to make the block.
Schultz makes the first of 2. He's got 1 more coming up. He's got 4 points on the night. Now he has scored as many as 25 in a game, that coming against Paramount, and has hit double digits on 11 separate occasions.
Let me ask you a question. Would you put Kyle Luna back in the game with 4 seconds and 3 fouls?
No. Second one, in and out. Who wants it? Baker, his shot on the way. It's blocked by McFadden, and we have reached halftime. Well, the Stallions put together a nice run in the second quarter. Brian Mulligan has some words for the officials. At the half, it's San Juan Hills 28, Capo Valley 26. Coming up next, it'll be the Santa Margarita halftime report. You're watching the game of the week on your Orange County sports leader. We are Cox 3 Sports. Haynes with the steal and the finish, and the Stallions lead by 2. Thanks for joining us here on the Santa Margarita Ford halftime report. It's San Juan Hills 28 and Capo Valley 26. And thanks so much for joining us, along with Coach Bill Cunity. I'm your humble play-by-play announcer, Mark Heller. Thanks for joining us. Well, certainly raining threes in the first half of this game was a key part of this game. Also, both teams playing some good, aggressive defense.
Well, man-to-man was the theme. Capo jumped out to an 11-1 lead, playing great defense. No second chance points for San Juan Hills. And all of a sudden it started raining threes. McFadden, Peterson, Himes. I think that's the quickest way to get back in the game. And not only got back in the game, they have a 2-point lead.
That it is. Let's take a look at some halftime highlights for this one. First, let's take a look at the Cougars, who got off to that hot shooting start tonight. Well, actually, San Juan, there's McFadden missing the shot, but then Peterson coming up with a nice rebound. McFadden hitting the three, showing that he has the range and enjoying the home cooking. There, he misses the shot, but does a good job on the follow-up. And then here it's just a nice one-on-one move with the turnaround jumper. For the Cougars, they were showing they can hit the long ball. How about the job of Cheragino along with Canning? Those guys were hot from three-point land early on.
Well, they made the score. They made the difference at the start of the game. San Juan Hills, to their credit, after a timeout by Kelly Hembrick, came back and really turned up the heat.
As far as your team stat numbers, Cougars 38% from the field, San Juan 41%. Both teams pretty good from three-point range. The Cougars 4 of 11, San Juan 5 of 11, plus 1 from the free throw line for Capo. Turnovers pretty even, 7-6. Rebounds 14-12 plus 2 for the Stallions. Your scorers, Canning 7, Cheragino 6, and Wolfgang Schultz with 4. Meanwhile, for San Juan Hills, McFadden 10, Hames 9, and Peterson 5. Well, with 16 minutes left to go in this game, Coach, what do you think needs to take place to determine who's going to come out on top in this Seaview League matchup?
Well, Capo needs to get their three-point shots going down again. They need to play the same aggressive defense they started the game with. If you're Kelly Hambrick's team, you take his words to heart of that after that timeout. Calm down, play your game, make the passes, keep throwing down the threes.
Well, we've got 2 more quarters of basketball, so sit back and enjoy. It's Capo and San Juan Hills. It's the game of the week on Cox 3 Sports. This portion of the Cox 3 Game of the Week is brought to you by South County Lexus at Mission Viejo, online at southcountylexus.com. Different, just like you, Bill Kennedy. And by Taste Catering of Lake Forest. Let us take care of your big game with our game day menu. Crowd-pleasing party food like wings, sliders, Super Bowls. Visit their website at tastecatering.com or give them a call, 949-215-7373. Taste Catering, it's all about the taste. And by Santa Margarita Ford. At Santa Margarita Ford, they get it. Finally, a dealer that gets it. Well, we got 2 more quarters of basketball. Coach, I got your seatbelt in. I got my seatbelt on. What's Brian Mulligan telling his team moments before this second half?
Tenacious defense. You got to stop the three-point shooters. Continue to block out and get those rebounds.
And Kelly
No
Hembrick,
second chance points.
what's Kelly telling his team?
Kelly's telling his guys, whatever you did in the second quarter, let's Xerox it. I saw a really tenacious defense by Eamon Talley. Great position on the boards for a guy who's only 5'9". That's inspirational for anybody who plays this game.
Well, since that 11-1 run by Capo to open the game, for San Juan Hills, it's been a 27-15 run since. Cougars with the basketball on their road black and gold with white trim. The white, gold, and blue of San Juan Hills on the end line of the Cougars. First possession, first turnover.
I know that doesn't make Brian happy because you came out of halftime with a plan. They worked off the high post. When they got the ball to the baseline, just a misstep.
Hames 3 doesn't get the roll, but who gets the rebound? Eamon Talley. That kid seems to always be around the basketball. Kyle Luna hasn't played much with the 3 fouls, fakes the 3, gives way to Hames. Luna calling for it, but not open. Down low to McFadden, kick up top, Peterson jumper, bullseye! You could tell Peterson is feeling it in the zone. He's got 8 and the lead is 5.
You know, for a shortstop, he's a pretty good shooter.
No, he can feel it. He can fill it up. And he's only a junior back next year. Thompson shot no good, gets the rebound. The dish, Cheragino's shot is blocked. Here comes Luna and the Stallions into the attacking zone. Hames jumper off the mark. Rebound on defense by Canning. Nice crossover by Thompson. His finish good. When he takes it to the rack is when he's most dangerous.
Well, I think he's going to learn to do that. He's a senior at 6'1", 150. He may have a lot of basketball ahead of him. He made that block on the shot where the foul was called early on, and a great job on that drive to the basket.
31-28. San Juan by 3 with 6:24 to go in the third quarter.
John Marinuzzi comes in, replacing number 21, Matt Cheragino.
Yep, going for a little more height on the defensive end. Peterson to McFadden. Looking to go one-on-one. Elbow jumper is off the mark and will go out of bounds to Capo.
The thing I like about his jump shot, Mark, like yours, he elevates. He gets the ball above eye level when it's very difficult to block that shot.
I don't know if I really ever elevated on my jumper, but
Oh,
I did have what was called the Heller launch.
Yeah, that's
that
my
thing
story.
was thrown up so freaking high, eventually I had a rainbow and go in.
That was my story, and we're sticking with it. You elevated.
Double team, kick up to Thompson, jumper on the way, no good. Who was there in box out position but Iman Talley? I just love the hustle of the 5'9", 215-pound junior.
This is not a disparaging remark, but we used to call those guys in all sports junkyard dogs. Guys, not maybe doesn't look pretty, but he gets the job done.
That's all
the
that
time.
counts. Does the job get done? Peterson, you can tell he wants the shot. Gives a fake, lays it up, and they call him for the travel. He was looking for the foul and going to the line to shoot a pair, but does not get the call on that one.
Boy, I like the fact that he's not afraid to take the ball to the hoop either. He's got a great outside shot, but Connor Peterson at 6'4" and 165, just a junior, he's going to hang some pounds on too.
Yep, Bardia back into the game for Capo Valley. He'll take over at the point guard spot. 5:44 to go here in the third quarter in a one-possession game.
See if they work off the high post again.
Baseline jumper. It's going to be long by Marinuzzi. It's cleared by Haynes. Trujillo off to McFadden. Nice crossover. Jumper bullseye. He is so smooth and sweet and shoots in rhythm. He has a game-high 12. The Stallions by 5.
That's the part that's impressive to me. As he gets that shot up, he also steals the ball.
And look at that dribble move. Off to Peterson. 3. It's going to be off the mark. Here come the Cougars and Baker. And a frustration foul there by Connor Peterson. And for Peterson, that's his third personal foul. So Peterson and Luna now with 3 fouls apiece.
I'm going to talk about that guy again, Iman Talley. He doesn't have much of a vertical, but what he does do is get in great position all the time. You got to go around him.
And that's all you ask for. We got a foul call up top. You know, I went up to Brian Mulligan before the game and I said, in all your years of coaching, give me your best 5.
I saw the look on his face when you asked him that question, too.
You did you?
Oh, yes.
Well, here's the answer. Davis Baker, Dane DeCasas, Mike Stowell, Mikey Hernandez, and Taylor Hamasaki. I'll take that starting 5 on any high school basketball team. Yes.
And I'm sure he could pick 3 more 5s that would give those guys a good game.
Yep, and he said, I know I just upset 2/3 of the DeCasas family with that selection. And he said, blame Mark. He put me on the spot. So, Coach, I'm letting you off the hook. Marinuzzi looking to go one-on-one. Double team, kick up top. Thompson to the basket. No good, but he is fouled by McFadden and will be at the line to shoot a pair. And to me, that's where I think Andrew Thompson is most dangerous, when he takes it to the rack.
Just what I was going to say. When he gets his nose to the basket, he's got great body control and he's a good finisher.
Averages 7 points per contest at the free throw line, shooting a pair.
5-point lead with 4:31. This is evaporating quickly, too.
Yep, misses the first of 2. He's got 3 points on the evening. Keep in mind, he's the only Cougar currently with 2 personal fouls. You see his season numbers: 7 points and 3.6 rebounds. Makes the second of 2. He has 4. It's a 4-point game. Stallions up 33-29. A little 2-2-1 from the Cougars.
They are. They're picking up a little bit 3/4 court, forcing the Stallions to handle the ball.
Trujillo, right side 3-point circle, up top to McFadden. Was looking back door, but couldn't find Markovich open.
Look at him at the low post now.
Trujillo open 3, bullseye! Look at him celebrating that shot. He's like, yeah, I can shoot it. He's got a pair of 3s for 6, and the lead is 7. It's largest of the night. Turnaround, no good by Marinuzzi. Who wants the rebound?
Nice
Marinuzzi
hustle.
comes away with it. Nice pass. Canning's layup is good.
Boy, that's all set up by the hustle of number 10, John Marinuzzi, 6'5", 200-pound senior, kept the ball alive.
That's a big basket for Canning. 9 in the night, 7 points, but all those 7 points had come in the first quarter. So he had been scoreless for a while, and he gets the Cougars to within 5.
Brian Mulligan changing his defense. They're going to
2-3.
get out there in that 2-3 zone. I know he doesn't like that, but I'll tell you what, can be very effective against long-range shooting.
McFadden with the basketball. Kicks up top. Haynes, right side Markovich, gets called for the travel.
You know, when you see the 2-3 zone, you're going to try and overload it, or you're going to swing the ball around the perimeter. San Juan good at that. Ball handling mistake on the last pass, but be interesting to see what San Juan Hills does on defense now. We're going to see a battle of the 2-3 zones.
Here comes San Juan. Right now, the Stallions are in a man defense here. Thompson with the basketball to Baker, back to Thompson. Gets stripped of the basketball. Here comes Luna in transition. All the way, shot no good. Rebound blocked. And at the free throw line will be Kevin Hart, the 6'2", 165-pound junior.
5-point lead with 2:54 left. And I'll tell you what, the energy level for San Juan Hills, go back to the end of the first quarter when Kelly Hambrick called that timeout. Everything's changed in there because the Cougars jumped out to that 11-1 lead. Number 23 coming back into the game, Wolfgang Schultz, replacing
Hart misses,
Andrew Thompson.
Coach, the first of two. He's a 75% free throw shooter, 1.3 points, 2.9 rebounds, a high of 5 against El Toro, misses a pair, and guess what? Connor Peterson has just got whistled with his 4th personal foul, and it comes with 2:53 to go in the third quarter. So Peterson, he and the bench shall become as one.
Well, he's going to be on the bench. The other guy with 3 fouls, Kyle Luna.
And you can tell Kelly Hambrick not happy with the decision-making of the 6'4 junior.
But when he gets back in, I'm sure Capo will take the ball at him. There's a foul on a pick.
Away from the basketball, and it's going to get called on Jake Ortega. You hate those unforced turnovers. And that was one of those right there, Coach.
This is the guy that had such a great game the first time these teams played. Number 24, Kyle Luna. Haven't heard a lot from him.
Oh, the pick by Marinuzzi. Gets stripped of the basketball. Great defense by Daniel Haynes, but the Cougars will keep the basketball. What good hustle by number 13 on defense.
You know, did you see where he went after the ball? He saw it was at waist height. Watch the hand.
And it was clean. I mean, that was a clean block right there by Haynes. And he'll check out.
Number 15, Anthony Trujillo, coming back in the game.
Yeah, I think he might have got hit in the eye.
That's what it
he's
looked
holding
like.
his head down right now.
Yep.
We hope he's okay. Marinuzzi looking to operate one-on-one. Shot no good, but Talley with the personal. So right there, Marinuzzi taking advantage of the 6'5" versus 5'9".
I believe that's where Brian's going to go with the ball. He's going to try and get it inside to Marinuzzi for the mismatch and get some points down low. Maybe not depend on the three-point shot.
Yep, and for Talley, that's just his first personal foul. So, and the young man plays aggressive and doesn't get into foul trouble. So that's a huge plus for Kelly Hambrick's squad as you see Marinuzzi's season numbers. Looks confident, making the first of two. He now has 3 points on the night. For Marinuzzi, he has scored as many as 10 on 3 occasions against Calvary Chapel, one of the 2 matchups against ML King, and their opener against Savannah.
Basket here, free throw, and we're down to a one-possession game.
They're waving it. They're saying
lane violation.
Yep, and boy, that hurts because that ball went in. You just lost a point there. And keep that in mind, down by 4. That could be a big point in this game. Luna keeping the basketball. He definitely handles the ball very well.
That's a foul on Eamon.
Yep.
Eamon Talley.
Well,
just knocked number 5, Jake Ortega, down. The call was rather
I
obvious.
think part of it was foul and part of it was a little bit of acting. I mean, we're not that far from Hollywood, so maybe he's sensing the Academy Award. I'm not sure. I mean, he weighs a lot more than him, so kind of tough to tell there, Coach. What do you think?
Well, sometimes you have to go to the Vlade Divac school of
the world of flopping, man. Baker jumper. It's going to be off the mark. McFadden with the rebound. 1:52 to go here in the third. 4-point lead for San Juan. McFadden off to Luna. Brings it across half court.
McFadden doesn't need a lot of help bringing the ball up court.
Nope.
Good ball handler.
5-second violation. Oh my. You have to get it across that, that mark, and they didn't see the proper ball movement, and Kelly Hambrick is going to argue that one against Mike Munson. What do you think, Coach?
I'll tell you what, I know what Kelly Hambrick's thinking right now.
Let's take a look at replay here. Well, we're just seeing really the end of it there. It's considered you have to show movement towards the basket, and the referees deemed that he didn't make that proper movement. Jumper. No good by Schultz. Haynes skies for the board. Kelly Hambrick said Daniel Haynes wants to continue to play basketball. He'll be on the Division III level, but he wants to keep that basketball dream alive. The pick by Schultz, and the layup good.
I tell you what, that's just great anticipation by Wolfgang Schultz. He saw and read that pass. We're down to a one-possession game.
It is a 2-point game. Check out the defensive play by Wolfgang. He's serving up a basket for the Cougars in a 2-point game. It's 36-34 here in the Cox 3 Sports Game of the Week. High School Illustrated magazine is committed to educating, informing, and showcasing local student athletes, coaches, and schools in the Orange County area. HSI is a free publication available at Cox Solution stores, your school and selected retailers and businesses throughout OC. And now High School Illustrated has a free downloadable app for your iPad and iPhone available from the Apple Store. HSI also has a free national edition available on iPads and iPhones. Download your copy today. Now, you got to love seeing those great defensive plays. Well, and how about Wolfgang Schultz with the pick and then finishes the layup on the other end?
I think all coaches like to see hustle plays on defense regardless of the sport, because that's just effort.
And desire. 36-34, San Juan by 2 as we approach 1 minute to go here in quarter number 3. Third team foul against Capo. It's going to go against Bardia, and that's his third personal foul. Do keep in mind, Coach, San Juan Hills already with 16 fouls.
That's right. I really like the matchup out here. Bardia Farajnejad against number 15, Anthony Trujillo.
Yep, and Spencer Van in the game, by the way, for the first time, a 6'4 junior. Haynes gets stripped of the basketball, re-corrals, misses the shot, and the rebound is cleared. Here they come in transition. They don't have it. Off to Schultz. Schultz gives way to Marinuzzi. Marinuzzi up top to Baker. Nice fake, but he also gets called for the travel.
Well, that's a freshman mistake, but in another 2 weeks, he's not going to be a freshman anymore. He's going to be a salty sophomore.
A salty sophomore.
Well,
I like that.
You're a veteran about halfway through a season, right? Really like his upside. My goodness.
Well, anytime you're a Baker, you know you're capable of high school basketball greatness.
Look at the good pressure defense on the inbounds pass by Capo.
Kind of token pressure, and here comes McFadden.
That's
he gets called for the carry. And you don't see officials really call that too often, do you?
Not unless you have long legs. If you have long legs like McFadden, it's a little more obvious, I guess.
Well, the Cougars, Coach, get to hold for the last shot of this third quarter. If you remember, they had that opportunity in the second quarter, caused a turnover and a quick bucket. Let's see if they can make better use of time here down the stretch.
And I think smartly they take Kyle Luna out.
Yeah,
let
you
him
don't
rest
want him
3
getting
fouls.
his fourth. Because remember, Connor Peterson right now has 4 fouls.
19 on the shot clock.
Yep.
They'll probably work this down at the 10-second mark.
Yep, I'd look to see maybe if you could get Schultz open for a jumper here. He's looking to go one-on-one. Pull up on the way. Air ball as it was blocked by McFadden. Down to 4 seconds. McFadden looking to shoot his 3. Off the mark. Tipping no good. And we have completed 3 quarters of play from San Juan Capistrano. San Juan Hills 36. Capo Valley 34. It's fourth quarter action. when the coach and I return. Stay with us. This portion of the Cox 3 Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by South County Lexus in Mission Viejo, online at southcountylexus.com. Different, just like you. By Taste Catering of Lake Forest. Let us take care of your big game with our game day menu, crowd-pleasing party foods like wings, sliders, Super Bowls. Visit their website at tastecatering.com or call them at 949-215-7373. Taste Catering, it's all about the taste. And by Santa Margarita Ford. At Santa Margarita Ford, they get it. Finally, a dealer that gets it. And we finally got a low-scoring quarter, 8-8 in the third.
Well, I think they're both so used to each other by now. The defense was good on both ends of the floor. I still think San Juan, with their three-point shooters, has a bit of an edge here. But Capo needs to get some baseline points on offense.
McFadden triggers into Trujillo, coach, as we're underway here in the fourth. He's made a couple of threes here tonight up top to Kyle Luna. Luna with the basketball, back to Trujillo, off to McFadden. Let's see if they can maybe get Haynes open here. Looking for McFadden, broken up. Trujillo three is going to be blocked. Ooh, and they're calling a foul. Yeah, I think it's down low off the rebound.
Yeah, foul's going to be on John Maranuzzi.
Team foul number 4 against the Cougars, and for Maranuzzi, you take a look at the field goals. Capo 11 of 34, San Juan 12 of 32. Trujillo into Haynes. Haynes up top. And by the way, for Maranuzzi, personal foul number 2. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Pass broken up by Schultz. Off to Barty. Dishes off down low. Layup good. As it's finished up by Canning. He hits double digits with 11, and we've got a 36-36 game.
Farajnejad did a great job of driving across the lane, so his pass, he was a screen. Great work.
Good job by Bardia. Down low to Iman. Iman kicks up top. Haynes three, gonna be off the mark, and the rebound will be cleared by Ortega. Ortega gives off to Canning. Canning back to Ortega. Left side three-point circle, Schultz. Good ball movement. Jumper by Canning, in and out. Kind of took a funky roll off the back of the rim.
Tell you, the Cougars have a lid on it from three-point range.
Luna. Haynes, that's his shot. Off the mark, though. And the rebound by Bardia. And here come the Cougars as we go end to end. I think if you're Brian Mulligan, you might want to slow things down a little bit. Bardia three, way off the mark. Haynes rebound off to Luna. McFadden in transition to the basket. Blocked by Canning and corralled by Schultz.
What a great block by Canning, and the ability.
Haynes almost with the pick. Does a nice job getting into the passing lane. And at the end, pushes off Farajnejad. A little chip on the shoulder there for Daniel.
The ability to follow somebody like McFadden to the basket, that's the only way you're going to get a block on him.
Coach rolling in the dice. Connor Peterson with 4 fouls, back in the game with 6:12 to go.
I kind of like this. You got to get a spark, and he can certainly fill it up from outside, but it gives him another good defender at the top of the key.
Yep, that it does. Farajnejad, they swing left side. Schultz thought about it for a second. Down low, Maranuzzi, he's double teamed.
That's where they struggle.
Farajnejad down low, somehow gets it over McFadden, but misses the shot, and Vincent with the rebound. And he can really handle the rock. Coast to coast. He gets fouled, and he'll be shooting 2 for his efforts.
Well, when your big man can run the floor like that, what an advantage.
Yep. I mean, that's not fair. It is just not fair. That kind of athletic ability. You never had it, I never had it, but he's got it.
I ran the floor, I just didn't have the ball.
He makes the first of 2, and he has a game-high 13 points. It's a precarious 1-point lead. Thompson in for Maranuzzi.
I know James Covarrubias has the stats on this, but I'd like to know what Capo is from the baseline. They've really struggled to get anything going down low.
Well, McFadden with 14 and the home Stallions up by 2. Remember, they won 61-51 a couple of weeks ago on the road, looking to make it a clean sweep as San Juan sitting in that zone. Schultz to Ortega.
They're so good at packing it in on the baseline.
Jumper on the way is going to be way off the mark. And no offense to Bardia, but he is just not a three-point shooter. Has attempted a pair of threes, has come well short on both of those attempts. He'll check out, and coming back into the contest will be the freshman Dawson Baker. McFadden's got to beat the 5-second count. They finally do. Peterson's going to go all the way. Are they going to count it? They're going to wave it before the shot. Now, if that was the NBA, it would have been count the basket and complete the three-pointer. But in high school, when they call that foul, there is no continuation.
And there was no question with that bump.
Clearly before the shot.
Nick Maddox called that foul at the spot.
Good call. So Connor Peterson will be at the line. So since it's before the shot, it will be 1-1. Because it's either the basket counts and he's shooting one.
That's what they're talking about.
Or it's before the shot, and clearly the foul was before the shot.
Mike Munson on the right.
So we should be seeing a 1-1 here.
Nick Maddox on the left.
Anything else besides that, and I'll be surprised, as Mike Munson and Nick Maddox talk things over.
That's good officiating. Get together, solve it.
Now, of course, we have replay, so we could say clearly that's what we saw.
Ball out of bounds.
Okay, so that was team foul number 6 against Capo. So free throws with the next one. Oh, look at Peterson, the old-fashioned play. He throws it off the defender, comes in bounds, catches, lays it up, gets fouled, and looks to complete nothing but the good old-fashioned three-point play.
I'm listening to Dick Vitale do the Duke Notre Dame game last night, and he made this point 3 times. Never turn your back to the inbounds passer.
I don't know if we have the replay on the truck. We'll take a look if we do. Peterson with 11 now on the night. 41-36, the Stallions by 5 as we approach 5 minutes to go. Canning no good, but he is fouled, and he'll be shooting a pair. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of foul shots, Coach, in the last 5:03 of this one. Let's take a look on this.
There it is. Turn your back to it. That's just a great job by Connor Peterson.
And for Dawson Baker, how much would you like to wager he'll never make that mistake again?
Every minute you play, it's like going to the library.
Canning has a team-high 12. It's a 4-point game with one more coming up.
I think Capistrano Valley right now, it looks like there's a lid on the basket when their shots from up on top, yet they're not doing much on the baseline either. They just need to get somebody to hit a 3 and get back in this.
You got that right.
You know, 5:03 left in a 4-point game. This is looking quite similar to the first time these two teams played.
And there's a wealth of time left in this game.
You bet.
No need to panic. Canning misses the second of 2. Iman Talley with the rebound. And the obvious foul called by Jake Ortega. That's the frustrating type of foul. Now Iman Talley is going to step up to the free throw line. He's only a 25% free throw shooter, so if you're Capo down the stretch, if he is in the game, you could think hack it Iman.
You know
see
what?
if it'll work.
Yeah, but I told you, he's my junkyard dog. He's going to make these baskets. He was looking.
Listen to the fans.
He was looking at McFadden doing the little shooting thing with his right hand like, is this how you do it?
Peterson checking out. They're bringing in Trujillo.
Gotta love coaching a guy like that. He's going to give you everything he's got all the time.
Offensive-defensive switch. Foul shot no good, so the play there pays off. And let's see what the Cougars can do on this possession. Baker, right side Canning.
They're just going to stay in
that down zone. Low, Ortega open, but he cannot finish. That shot got altered by McFadden.
And who gets the rebound?
Iman Talley.
That's right.
He's got to have at least half a dozen rebounds, and he's calling for it on offense. He wants it.
Good motion offense by San Juan Hills.
Luna off to McFadden. McFadden looking to go one-on-one. Elbow jumper, no good. Good box out there by Dawson Baker to not allow Talley to get that offensive rebound. Ortega. Baker thought about it, swings to Canning. Good ball movement. Schultz jumper. Bullseye.
Maybe that's what the Cougars needed.
Wolfie's got something cooking. He's got 9. It's a 1-point game.
Look at this pressure by the
Here's
Cougars.
the steal on defense. To the hole, Canning. But the shot no good.
The Cougars picked up at about 3/4 court and got a turnover out of it. See if they do that again on the next made basket.
McFadden swings left side, Trujillo. It's a 1-point game with 3:45 to go. Nice spin move. McFadden 3. No good off the mark. But who gets the rebound? Iman Talley. I don't know if we could get how many rebounds for Talley. He's got 7 rebounds in this game. Timeout call by San Juan Hills. 3:34 to go, and this game's still on the line. San Juan Hills 41, Capo Valley 40. 3:34 remaining to play in this one. You don't want to miss our exclusive Cox3.com online post-game show. Every week we'll recap each game with analysis and exciting game highlights. The post-game show will be available to view online by Saturday. You don't want to miss it. Just go to Cox3.com and click on Game of the Week. DVDs of the game are also available to purchase. Go to the Cox3.com website for details. There's Brian Mulligan. Another tough road game for this Capo Valley Cougar team, Coach. The question is, can they find a way to pull it off? This is how their most recent games have gone. They lost to Tesoro by 5. They lost to Aliso Niguel by 1. And they lost to Laguna Hills by 2 in their last 3 games.
It's a little bit deflating. You think you're snake bitten, but all it's going to take is one key basket to start a new streak on the other side of the ledger.
There's that student section. They have been going bananas all night long. And you have to love that when you're the home team to hear those kids who you go to school with rooting for you.
Look at this backdoor play.
Oh, look at that. McFadden with the basket. Good. He now has a game-high 16, and the lead is 3.
You can bet Kelly Hambrick drew that up in that little timeout session.
Beautiful job. Let's see how the Cougars respond. Good job by Luna getting into the passing lanes. Remember, Kyle playing with those 4 personals.
Well, you don't have to score to be a valuable member right now. With 4 fouls, he's still playing excellent defense.
Yep, just 1 point tonight for Luna. He had 19 in the first matchup. And the pick by Hames, coast to coast. Oh, beautiful block on defense by Canning to break that one up. He could have given up on the play, but he gave it an all-out effort, Coach.
No question.
And was able to swat that one away.
Again, the trailer makes a lot of those blocks.
McFadden jumper no good. Peterson rebound. Good job by our crew on the replay there. McFadden misses the layup. Skying for the rebound is Thompson, who's going to get called for the personal.
Over the back, and that's going to put Iman Talley at the line again.
It's the Haka Iman. Let's see what happens here for Talley.
Now, Kelly Hambrick's not taking any chances with anybody that's in foul trouble. They're moving them all the way to the other end of the court.
Wise play there.
Only going to have Himes there and Iman Talley.
Shot is up and no good. So far it's working. Whether or not it's inadvertent or not is another thing. 2-3 zone by San Juan Hills. Let's see what the Cougars can do here. Thompson double team. Ortega off to Baker. Baker down low to Canning. Canning to Baker, his 3 off the mark. Nice rebound though by Ortega and the fresh shot.
Great job to keep the ball alive. Look at that 2-3 zone. They're going to pack it in and make the shot come from
Baker
outside.
gets called for the travel. That's, I think, at least the 3rd time tonight, Coach, he's gotten called for that.
He'll get better with that, no question.
Ortega checks out. For Faranajad back into the game. McFadden to trigger in. 2:24 to go. A 1-possession game, 43-40.
Watch for somebody to break to the basket.
I think it's going to be Connor Peterson. Let's see. It is, but he's not open. So they give it to Luna. Token pressure. And here come the Stallions, who are looking to make it 3-2 in league play. Nice pick. Got to be a foul against Peterson, and he is just fouled out of this basketball game with 2:13 to go. So they lose one of their major weapons on offense. He fouls out with 2:13 to go in this basketball game.
That's a big loss. He's had a really good second half.
Yeah, there Kyle just did not protect the basketball well. Canning with the pick, Peterson with the foul. I think he was more frustrated that he fouled out of the game than he got called for the foul. Right. I think he did.
Well, I agree.
Okay.
Tell you what, when you're in a crosstown rivalry like this, the last thing you want to do is foul out. You want to give it everything you have until there's triple zeros up there.
So Dawson Baker will be stepping to the free throw line. He has scored as many as 21 in the game against El Dorado, has hit double digits 13 times, averaging 11.3 points per game. And there's Peterson fouling out, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and the 6'4 junior showing frustration as he slams the seat on the bench.
Yeah, but they're not in this game without his effort tonight.
No doubt. Baker's had a quiet game, just 4 points here tonight. He makes the front end, and he looks good in doing it. He's got 5, and Coach, we got a 2-point game.
I just shudder to think if I'd have played in a varsity basketball game as a 9th grader. He's going to have a terrific career at Capo.
Makes a pair. He's got 6. It's a 1-point contest, 43-42. Luna. Travel. Ooh, they're calling a foul. I thought he traveled.
Looked like he slid.
Oh, that is a gift from the referees right there. Third personal will be called against Jake Ortega. And stepping to the foul line is Kyle Luna. Front end rolls out for Luna. He's got one more coming up, a 67% free throw shooter. Averages 8.2 points per game. We mentioned the fact he's been in foul trouble much of the game, but when he's at point guard, really gives a steadiness to Kelly Hambrick's team. Well, and he misses a pair, and that hurts if you're a Stallion fan.
Great rebound by Thompson. That was critical.
Yep. Here comes Schultz. Right side three-point circle. Up top to Barty. Left side, Canning. Canning to Thompson. To the basket. His layup's good, and the Cougars up by 1 for the first time in the second half.
That is one of the few times they've really worked on the baseline, and Thompson, give him credit for that drive.
He's got half a dozen. McFadden, left side jumper, no good. Rebound cleared by Baker. Still plenty of time as we hit 90 seconds left in this basketball game.
Brian wants a timeout.
Brian is sensing, can I get my first league win? 44-43 with 1:28 to go here in regulation.
Well, two things we've seen here in the last 3 minutes. We saw a key guy foul out, and Connor Peterson took his 11 points with him. We've also seen an outstanding effort by Eamon Talley, the 5'9", 215-pound junior. He doesn't have a vertical. He gets rebounds by having great position and hustling. But the guy who I think can still be the key for San Juan Hills is Kyle Luna. He's in foul trouble, but it's not affecting the way he plays defense or his ability to control the ball. If you've got McFadden as your hole card, you can take him, isolate him, and drive him to the basket, overload the zone, let him shoot the three. He's got an array of talents.
Well, those options are available. So the storyline, 1:28 to go, 44-43. The Capo Valley Cougars looking to get off the schneid in league play, looking for victory number 10 on the year, and Brian Mulligan looking for career victory number 404. The Stallions on the flip end, if they can win this game and be at 3-2 in league, they still have an outside shot of being in the hunt. A loss, and it's going to be tough for them. Jumper, no good by Baker. Got the shot they wanted,
yes, they
but
did.
not converted.
Came off that high screen, got a good look.
Luna. Timeout called by Kelly Hambrick. This game, Coach, has become an instant classic with 1:09 to go.
Well, this is what I would expect from Brian Mulligan, watching him for all these years. so impressed with Kelly Hambrick and the job he's done here at San Juan Hills. But I'll tell you what, with 1:09 left in the game, if you'd have told both of these guys it would be a one-point game, I don't think they would have been surprised. I think these two teams are very evenly matched.
Well, we mentioned all of Capo's close games. San Juan Hills' close games. Their last game, they lost to Trabuco 44-39. Before that, they beat Laguna Hills 54-50. And the next closest game, they had a 5-point win against Beckman. They haven't had quite as many close games as Capo, but they've had their fair share.
Well, they have, and that's basketball in South Orange County this year. I see a lot of parity.
Yeah. And we're not used to that. When we usually look at that top 10, it's usually chock full of South Orange County teams. Currently, only Santa Margarita is a true South Orange County team in the top 10.
In this league, Trabuco Hills right now, 4-0. They've got a big game coming up. I think that if you look at the strength of this league, it may be in the underclassmen.
Yep.
There's a lot of good young players.
Well, in that big game you referred to, Trabuco Hills playing Tesoro at Tesoro on February 6th. So if you're a CVU League fan, make sure you're going to be at that particular game. Let's see what Kelly Hambrick drew up out of the timeout. McFadden, turnaround jumper, yes! He has a game-high 18. The Stallions by one, 45-44, 51 seconds to go.
You let the big dog go one-on-one. I told you, the ball handling, the moves, that's a great set of options with one player.
Canning to Thompson. Who wants to take it? Baker, the freshman. I know we have a travel call. Didn't see that one. But it goes to San Juan Hills with 37.2 seconds to go.
And Brian wants to press right now. He wants to bring his defense up and put some full court pressure on.
This is what I would do.
He's going to deny the inbounds pass.
I would foul Iman Talley automatically and stop.
That's a 5-second call.
5 seconds.
Got
and
what he wanted.
Get the ball.
He made his entire defense face up against San Juan Hills, and it left the inbounds pass nowhere to go.
Wow. Huge turn of events in this game. Difference between shot and game clock is 2.2 seconds, and Brian Mulligan calls timeout.
That's a great job of coaching because he was setting his defense while the ball was going out of bounds. Obviously something they practiced, but a great time to use it.
So 37.2 seconds to play. Brian Mulligan's team trying to claw their way to victory. But the San Juan faithful saying, now we're going to try and pull off this victory in a sweep of the Cougars here this year.
37.2 seconds, 35 on the shot clock.
Let's break down the scoring in this one for San Juan. They've been led by McFadden with a game-high 18, 11 from Peterson, 9 from Haynes, 6 Drew Hio, and 1 from Luna. Take a look at the turnovers. They equal 31 in all. Meanwhile, for Capo, 12 from Canning, 9 for Schultz, 6 apiece from Cheragino and Thompson, 3 for Maranuzzi, and 2 for Bardia, breaking down the scoring in this one.
This is a great battle between two very, very good basketball coaches, Kelly Hambrick and Brian Mulligan. Every time you turn around.
I love they have McFadden guarding the inbound pass at 6'8". Baker with the basketball, Trujillo on him. They kick up top. Remember, they can hold virtually close to the last shot of this game. Baker off to Schultz.
Trying to see where the matchup is. It's down low.
Thompson stripped of the basketball. Bardia, they kick. Jumper, though, is going to be short by Canning. Iman with the rebound, and he gets fouled. So fouling him is the good thing to do in a one-point game when he's only a 25% free throw shooter. 16.6 faithful seconds remain in this one.
I love how Iman Talley's teammates, as they're coming up court, are giving him instructions on how to shoot. They ought to just be congratulating him on rebounding.
He has 9 of those tonight. Looking to enter the scoring column would be the biggest point of the game. Doesn't go. Vincent talking to him, he said, just keep your eye on the ball, Iman. You can do it here, buddy. 0 for 3. Remember, he's 25%. If he makes this, he'll be 1 for 4 at his average. And he's got it. 46-44, still one possession. Timeout called by Brian Mulligan. 2-point contest, 13 seconds to go. Let's keep it right here. What do you look for Brian to draw up during this timeout?
If Kelly Hambrick chooses to play this in a 2-3 zone, you got to run your overload offense and see if you can get a good open look. Don't sacrifice taking a 3 for getting a good 2 and sending this to overtime. Don't pass that up.
Now keep in mind, you don't need a 3 here.
No.
If you can get an open 2 and a good look, take it, because you might get fouled and complete a 3-point play.
That'd be the easy way to do it. I'll tell you what when you guys look at what you're seeing right now in Brian Mulligan.
But if it's man, we go lion. If it's zone, we go.
He's setting up his inbounds pass, and he's going to, it looks to me like we're going to fake one side, come back to the other side. We have some guys doing selfies on TV, too.
And there's Kelly Hambrick looking for a clean sweep of their crosstown rivals, the Capo Valley Cougars.
Let's see who defends the inbounds pass. I'm sure it's going to be McFadden.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. That's the guy you want defending. Wolfgang Schultz will be triggering it in. Gives to Bardia. Bardia gives right way to Baker. We're down to 10 seconds. Put on your seatbelt. Here we go. Bardia with the basketball. Not the guy you want shooting here. Off to Baker. Down to 2 seconds. His 3. No good. No good. And San Juan Hills has escaped and held court. They win by the count of 46-44. And coach, the Cougars did not get off close to the shot that they wanted.
You got to give that up to the defense of San Juan Hills. But hey, I'll tell you what, hats off to a tremendous game by both teams. I'll tell you what, for a team that hasn't won a league game yet, Capistrano Valley's awfully good.
Boy, and for the 8th time this year, the Cougars have lost a game by 5 points or less. With the victory, San Juan Hills 12-10 on the year, still making noise in the Seaview League. They are 3-2. With the loss, the Cougars now 9-15 on the year. They are 0-5.
You got to give credit to the guys that scored. Vincent McFadden, Connor Peterson, Hines did a great job. But I'll tell you what, Eamon Talley got 5 rebounds in the last, we'll say, quarter and a half that were absolutely crucial.
The two friends hug one another. They said we dislike playing each other because we're good friends, but they had to play on the court, and it became an instant classic here tonight with your final score, San Juan Hills 46 and Capo Valley 44. You see our entire outstanding crew, and boy, I'll tell you what, the fans in the student section really made this game fun tonight.
You know, they really did. This is what's so great about high school sports, that they dress up, they come here, they take part. We saw those guys that looked like the ESPN Sports Center crew, and both student sections sitting on the same side of the gym, coexisting, just having a good time.
Well, for our entire crew and my broadcast partner, Bill Kennedy, I'm Mark Heller saying so long from San Juan Hills High. The Stallions prevail 46-44. You've been watching exclusive action of your Orange County sports leader. We are the one. We are the only. We are local like no other. We are Cox 3 Sports. Good night, everybody.